Welcome back to the latest edition of this Toronto Blue Jays sim. I'm JayBlue at Jays From Away on Twitter, and you are watching on the General Manager Games channel on YouTube. So here we are at the end of June, Monday, June 28th, 2021. The Toronto Blue Jays are 35-49. We're 17 games back of the Boston Red Sox, who have first place in the American League East. It hasn't been the best season so far. We've had some regression from a lot of players, but we're definitely keeping going because I think we have the core that we need. But it's interesting to see how some of these players, especially these young Blue Jays, are comparing to their real-life counterparts. So this week we're going to have the International Free Agent sweepstakes that come on July the 2nd. But until we get there, we're going to play a few games. So today we're playing against the Houston Astros. They've got Kyle Freeland, and we have Paul Campbell, who's been very good, but he's been a hard luck loser in a couple of his games. So let's take a look at what happens. And it is a win, but we also have Lourdes Gurriel eligible to come off the injured list. So that's a good sign. Who would go down? I think it's going to be Forrest Wall, who's actually hitting well, so he's not going down. Billy McKinney, we'd have to clear through waivers. Santiago Espinal definitely is a possibility. Bo Bichette is not going down. He's got to play. Basically, it's Yusniel Diaz or Billy McKinney, and actually Diaz is not doing as well. So I'm going to send down Diaz. Back to Buffalo you go, and Lourdes Gurriel is back with the Blue Jays. We're just going to set up our lineups. And there we go. All right, and let's take a look at that summary. We won 11-10 over the Astros, so picking it up late in the game. We had a home run from Cavan Biggio, a home run from Vladdy Guerrero, a home run from Randall Grichuk, and a home run from Jonathan Lucroy. Luis Garcia had a couple hits, and Cavan Biggio drove in 4 runs in the game. Guerrero hit the home run off Joe Biagini, former Blue Jay, of course. Paul Campbell had his worst start as a Blue Jay, not getting into the decision. 5 runs in 4 innings. Shun Yamaguchi gave up a solo home run, but struck out 3 over 3 innings. Wilmer Font gave up a couple. Jordan Romano, back in the majors now, gave up a couple. And Ken Giles got the save, locking things down. All right, so that is our first game of the sim with a win. We've got Matthew Boyd now facing former Blue Jay Marcus Stroman, who is now with the Houston Astros. I'm just going to actually check out how Stroman got to the Astros. He was a free agent, so the Astros picked him up. His contract, he's getting a lot of money, $17.8 million this year, $19.8 all the way through, and yeah. It's a pretty nice contract for Stroman, and he is pitching not so great after 2 strong seasons with the Mets. So here we go. Can we defeat Marcus Stroman? And the answer is no. We lost 6-5, and Stroman had 7 strong innings. Matt Boyd, 5 innings, not so great, 5 walks. Wilmer Font and Jordan Romano also gave up runs. Danny Jimenez finishing it off. Offensively, Luis Garcia with a home run. He went 3 for 4. Lourdes Gurriel with 2 hits in the game, including 2 doubles. Garcia also had a double. Santiago Espinal with 2 hits in the game as well. But it was all the bottom of the order for the Jays, except for a hit by Randall Grichuk. Top of the order, top 4 guys in the order did nothing, including 3 strikeouts apiece for Cavan Biggio and Bo Bichette. So now we're facing Zach Greinke, and he's got a 5.65 ERA with Nate Pearson on the mound. Game 3 of this series. This is the rubber match. We've won 1, lost 1, and on the mound, Pearson takes a loss, or at least the Blue Jays take a loss. Jonathan Lucroy wants to be in the starting lineup, and I'm actually going to grant him that. We're just going to take a look here first at the summary of the game. 10-inning loss. Nate Pearson, 8 strikeouts, but he gave up 4 runs, including 3 home runs. Amir Garrett gave up another 2 home runs. Danny Jimenez didn't give up any runs. Ken Giles with a home run to take the loss. And Wade Davis finished it off. Vladdy Guerrero takes player of the game, 3 for 5 with a home run. Billy McKinney hit a home run for the Jays as well. And Randall Grichuk with a home run and a couple of hits. Forrest Wall with a double, Guerrero with a double, Wall with 2 hits for the Jays. So let's take care of some business here. We have some mail. AL Player of the Week was Alex Gordon. That was actually a long time ago. So here we go. Jonathan Lucroy, we're going to take care of that in just a second. We want to see the player development. So potential control for Reed Foley drops. He drops. Vladdy goes up to that 80 in his contact rating. He is a 4-star player as a third baseman. Luis Garcia, his potential power rating is dropping, but his potential I also drops. Overall rating is 2.5 stars now. Ty Tice, he gets a couple boosts there with potential control, current control. Zach Jackson gets some boosts here. Stuff rating, current movement, current and potential control. Stamina improves, overall rating improves. Thomas Hatch is losing some steam. Alejandro Kirk, current contact rating drops and potential rating improves. Joey Murray also, he's getting a little boost in velocity. Current and potential stuff ratings improve. He added a cutter, so that could be a big thing for Joey Murray, who's in AA. He's a little bit injured right now, but if you look at him, he's doing very well, and I think he's going to get a promotion to Buffalo soon. Elvis Luciano, he gets a bump here for his current and potential movement, but his potential and current ratings drop. Kyle Bradish gets boosts. Gabriel Moreno gets some boosts. Antonio Saldana gets some boosts. Adam Kloffenstein, a little bit down in potential stuff, potential control, but his potential rating improves to 2 stars. PK Morris, a little bit of a boost. Leonardo Jimenez, a little bit of a boost in the current and potential I. Adrian Ramos gets some boost in potential current contact and potential power, but he loses a little tick on the defensive rating. McGregory Contreras gets some boosts. Hunter Steinmetz loses some speed, but everything else improves a little bit. John Solarte gets some boosts. Kendall Williams loses in potential stuff, potential control, and current stamina, but he does get a boost in current movement. Ethan Smith loses a couple of ticks here and there. Ian Bedell gets some boosts. Jose Rivas, Aurelvis Martinez loses some in potential I, gains some in current contact. Defensive rating is improved. Overall rating improves. Potential rating drops. Liam Norris, stamina goes down. Potential control goes up. Zachary Murray, control goes up. Velocity goes up. Potential rating up as well. Drew Dowd, stuff improves, potential movement drops, current stamina, current velocity both improve as well. Joseph Califat, he's a new draftee, and so this is probably just the scouts figuring out what's going on with him, getting a better read. Current control as a pitcher, and rating improves, potential rating to 2.5 stars as a pitcher. Drake Varnado loses contact, loses power, loses I, and all in potential. And Glenn Santiago, current contact and power go up, but potential I drops. All right, we have here a trade offer. They want Sean Reed Foley. They want to give us Tracy Wilhoit. Tracy Wilhoit does not have a lot of potential. That is a non-starter. Reject. Okay, American League Rookie of the Month. Not our guy, Isaac Paradis. Seattle trade. Duffy wins AL pitcher. That's not us. Olsen wins AL's best bat. None of them have to do anything with us. We're going to go to our lineups depth charts. We are going to make Jonathan Lucroy our starting catcher. Set game strategy. Force start as catcher. And back to the lineups. And ask bench coach. So Jonathan Lucroy, I'm going to actually make him, every 4th game against righties, every 4th game against lefties, every 4th game. I do want Danny Jansen to play, but he just hasn't done anything with the bat. It's been really disappointing. He's got a negative .3 WAR. Lucroy has done much better. Guerrero is currently leading the team in WAR, 2.6. He's red hot. 14 home runs, leading the team. 20 doubles, leading the team. .312 batting average. He is leading the team. Luis Garcia is also hot. And it's interesting. His slugging percentage is almost as high as Vladdy's, probably based on the doubles and triples. Okay, so our next game is not today. Next game is tomorrow. And we have a personal message. This is the international signing period. Patrick Murphy also suffers a setback. He's going to be now done for 2 to 3 weeks. So we're going to go here to the international amateurs. Who do we want? Last year we signed, we have $5 million. And last year we signed, what's his name? His name has escaped me at the moment. We'll take a look at him in a little bit. But for hitters, you know, these are the top 2 potential guys: a third baseman, Tony Cavazos, and center fielder Jose Villegas. Contact potential, again, is what I really like to see. But we've got more speed, more stealing here from Villegas. 45, 65. And if we look at here, they've got a really high opinion of him, the OSA, as opposed to our scout. Our scout says, you know, it's a low accuracy here. Good outfield range, 60, 60, 60. They think the error is a little lower. And for Tony Cavazos, 55, 45, 50, 75. So he's going to put the ball in play a lot. And, you know, a little bit better. And they think they have an average view of him. So the question becomes, who do we go after here? These 2 guys are both commanding good money. Here we have Luis Gonzalez. Gonzalez has a better opinion here. I'm not crazy about that assessment. Best shortstop seems to be Gabe Lituma. I also want to see the pitchers, so I'm going to go stuff. They're just showing us the batters. Pitchers. Now, again, people say that pitchers, there's only 3 pitchers available. Top guy is Rich Orozco, and he doesn't have much in the way of potential control. So, I mean, none of these guys look like they're really big league potential guys. So I'm actually going to go through and go for a batter. And I'm going to go for, I think I'm going to go for Villegas. He's asking for $4.6 million. So I'm going to offer him a contract with what he wants. And I'm going to submit the offer, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so now we go back to baseball. And we're going to sim today. We've got Sean Reed-Foley going up against Adbert Alzolay. And it's another loss, 5-2. The offense didn't get much going, and Sean Reed-Foley, he stuck it out for 6 1/3 innings. 5 runs, though, and Tim Meza, Amir Garrett finished. The Jays hitters only had 5 hits. Looks like that's just an RBI from Guerrero and Bichette. 2 walks from McKinney. And that was a disappointing game. And we finished today with Hyunjin Ryu on the mound, and we lost. We did receive a... so the Giants are actually offering him more. So let's offer him a contract. They want $5 million. We're going to meet the demand, submit the offer. We have a trade proposal from Philadelphia. They want Vinny Capra, Will Robertson, and Kendall Williams for Phil Hughes. We've seen Phil Hughes in Toronto, and yeah, he's not worth bothering for. In terms of the All-Star voting, at first base, Vladdy Guerrero is in 3rd place, and I think that's all we have in terms of the guys who are in top in the voting. Yeah, we don't have anybody else in the top 3 or top 5. So this last game, we lost 6-4. Forrest Wall had a good game. He was actually the player of the game. Forrest Wall hit 4 for 4 with a home run. And Billy McKinney hit 2 doubles. Bo Bichette with a double as well. Vladdy had 2 hits in addition. On the mound, Hyunjin Ryu was pretty bad, and Shun Yamaguchi gave up a run, but it was unearned. 3 strikeouts and 2 1/3, and the rest of the bullpen combined to save that game. Here we are on Sunday. This is going to be the last the last game of this simulation, with Paul Campbell getting another shot, this time against the Cubs. He'll get a chance to hit, and here we go. So we've got a trade proposal, and they're looking to send Buck Farmer. So Buck Farmer is not bad. He hasn't been great. He's been pitching mostly in relief. They want Lucas Cook, who is off to a good start in Bluefield, PK Morris, who is doing okay in Lansing, and Jose Ferrer. It's Buck Farmer, he's okay. He's not great. I'm going to ignore that. Okay, so we did win the last game. Yay! Paul Campbell got his first win. I think that's his first major league win. So congrats to Paul Campbell. Danny Jimenez, strong 2 innings of relief, and Ken Giles with the save. Paul Campbell gets his player of the game. Vladdy Guerrero, a couple hits. He's up to .315 with his batting average, hitting a home run. Luis Garcia did not get a hit, so much for him being red hot. Bo Bichette with a triple. Randall Grichuk with a double, and Kevin Biggio with a double. Jonathan Lucroy, 2 hits and a walk, so he contributed as well. All right, now, so we're going to take a look at the minor leagues. We've got all the teams going, so I think we're going to do 1 week at a time. Going back to last week here, the Buffalo Bisons have had a strong week, 3-1 win over Pawtucket. Alejandro Kirk, 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Ryan Noda with a home run, his 9th of the year. Zach Eflin with a solid start. James Dykstra, Kirby Sneed, Zach Jackson, Julian Fernandez with the follow-up. Good game here, a 2-1 win. Thomas Hatch with a really strong outing. That's one of his best ones this year, as you can see with his 6.35 ERA. Ty Tice, 3 outstanding innings. Julian Fernandez and Zach Jackson. Jackson with the win. 2 strikeouts in 1 inning. And offensively, we had here Kirk with a couple hits, Kevin Smith with a couple of hits, Kevin Vicuña, Ryan Noda. And there you go. Next was a 10-1 loss. On the mound was Spencer Turnbull, Julian Merriweather with a solid inning, Curtis Taylor, 3 runs allowed, Trent Thornton, 2 runs allowed. Offensively, 2 hits from Vicuña, Smith with a hit, Yusniel Diaz with a hit. Alrighty, we go into July. 8-4 loss here against Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Not Syracuse. Palacios, Noda, Kevin Smith with a grand slam. Paulo Usting with a hit, and Nash Knight. And this is Kaz Tsutsumi, 4 runs in 6 innings. Jake Petrichka, Kirby Sneed, and James Dykstra. A 9-3 win at Scranton Wilkes-Barre. 2 hits for Palacios. 2 more hits for Noda. Both doubles for Noda. Kevin Smith with the double, triples for Vicuña and Nash Knight. Anthony Kay, solid outing. James Dykstra, Trent Thornton. I'm thinking Anthony Kay, he's on rehab, so we can call him back up fairly soon. 3-0 loss to Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Just 2 hits, 1 for Diaz, 1 for Tejada, Zach Eflin, and Curtis Taylor on the mound. And finally, a 3-1 win at Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Alejandro Kirk, 3 for 5 with a home run, his 10th of the year, and a double. Riley Adams, the DH, 2 for 4. Josh Palacios, 2 for 5. He's trying to get back up to the Mendoza line. Thomas Hatch, solid start. He's had a couple solid starts in a row. And that was the week for the Buffalo Bisons. Let's take a look at the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. New Hampshire Fisher Cats were bad. Just 1 win, a 6-5 win against Portland. Samat Taylor, Demi Ormaloy with a hit. A home run for Griffin Conine. 4 RBIs, 2 hits for him. Gabby Moreno with 2 hits. Will Robertson with a couple hits too. Cullen Large with a couple hits. Kyle Bradish, rough start for him, 6 walks. Zach Logue and Jake Brents. That's the win, guys. That's the win. We'll take a look at the pitching up to this point. We'll set the scope to being AA. Why do I see nothing? Because they're giving me hitting stats. Let's go to pitching stats. There we go. So Kyle Bradish, solid starts. Elvis Luciano is on a hot streak. Joey Murray is suspended. So he's out for 5 games, but I think we're going to promote him once that suspension ends. Graham Spraker here, 74. He's also worthy of a promotion. Simeon Woods Richardson, Also, worthy of a promotion. I think because he's so young, I might just leave him in AA all year. Sean Weimer is doing okay. Travis Bergen is doing okay, but not great. Jake Brent's doing okay. Yency Diaz, Jake Fishman, Turner Larkins. Zach Logue is working at relief. He's doing okay. Brad Wilson doing pretty well. Josh Winkowski is not doing well right now. And PJ Poulin. So the two guys that we're looking, three guys that we're sort of keeping our eyes on, Joey Murray, Graham Spraker, I think I'm going to promote them at the next opportunity. And then Simeon Woods Richardson is may spend the whole year here, but I mean, not because he doesn't deserve it, but he's just so young. He's 20. He'll be 21 this year, and he's still got a lot of room to grow here. And I want to see that stuff improve before we move him up to AAA. In terms of the hitters, Gabby Moreno here has a 113 OPS plus. Casey Clemens, 133 OPS plus. Will Robertson has been up in AA for 24 games now. He's got almost an even split between AA and Dunedin, and you can see his numbers have tailed off a bit, but he's still producing pretty well. Cullen Large having an okay season. Samad Taylor, he's keeping his head above water, but not great over there. And Griffin Conine, 20 games in, after 50 in the Florida State League, he's actually putting up better numbers in AA. So that's great to see. And so that's the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. The Dunedin Blue Jays. We're going to go check out the schedule. 1 win, 4 losses in this part of the week, and 1 win, 2 losses in this part of the week. 10-3 win, and that's not a bad result. Chris Beck, a big game. Hunter Steinmetz, a big game. Home run for Steinmetz. Alex Nolan on the mound for that one. And the other win, I know we're cherry-picking the wins here, but, I want to try to feel good about these guys. Tanner Morris is probably one of the better players right now. Justin Ammons also solid for them. And Jordan Groshans, there we go, 3 for 6. That's definitely what we want to see, but there's definitely a lot more to go here. Chris Beck doing much better than Hagen Danner, but Beck still doesn't have a 200 batting average. Troy Watson here got hit hard. And then they needed a whole whack of pitchers to get through the rest of the game. So let's take a look at the pitching. So Juan DePaula, not good. Kyle Johnston, not good. Alex Nolan, okay. Jackson Rees, Troy Watson. So Jackson Rees is actually in the rotation now. I think we have some injuries. Alec Manoa, Juan Nunez, Maximo Castillo, and Philip Clark. Clark will be back soon. Finn Frock, not great. Look at that 8.68 ERA. Reuter Hernandez, the walks are really, really high. Josh Hyatt, not bad, but the 7.28, strikeout to walk ratio for the innings he's thrown is pretty good, but the 7.28 ERA is just, garbage. Bobby Johnson, okay, not bad. 34 walks to 34 strikeouts to 3 walks. That's pretty impressive. So he's on the radar for a promotion. Will McAffer is doing okay. Marcus Reyes, not well. He's not getting into many games, though. Hansel Rodriguez is not too bad, but Fitz Stadler is pretty good. And Daysbel Hernandez is okay. So a lot of okay, not a lot of guys just jumping out at you in terms of the quality of their season so far. But Bobby Johnson has definitely, I think, earned a call-up. So offensively, Chris Beck, he does get back up above the 200 mark. He's hitting 209. Hagen Danner, Brett Wright, that's the catching. Not a lot of production there. Tanner Morris, the best hitter on the team right now, and Rafael Antigua is not playing a lot. Really, not a lot of offensive prospects here on this team. And again, there's a lot of difference from what would happen in real life, but for the Dunedin Blue Jays, just not a lot of offensive prospects. So we head to Lansing. Lansing won 2 out of those 4, and they had their all-star game. And we take a look here. I don't really know how to get the result. I'd probably have to go here to the Midwest League. Midwest League here, go scores. And let's go back to June. Not crazy about this June 5th. I think I want like the 28th or something. 29th. There it is. Okay, so the All-Stars, Eastern Division 1. Let's take a look at the box score. Any of our guys, Leonard, Garcia, Berglund. I don't think there are any of these guys are Lansing Lugnuts. Oh, Hernandez. No, I don't think any of these guys are Lansing Lugnuts. Okay, so we're just going to go back to here. We're going to go to team schedule and Lansing Lugnuts. So they played 4 games and won 2, lost 2. Big 9-2 win against West Michigan. Nick Gonzalez, he's out, or he's injured for 1 to 2 weeks. Tanner Kerwer hit 2 home runs in this one. That's 2 for the season for Kerwer. Ryan Sloniger was solid. Home run for Miguel Giraldo. So that's something we would really like to see. And Patrick Morris actually is tied with Gonzalez for the team lead with 9 home runs. And Gonzalez was injured in this game. So, Pyrrhic victory. We lose Nick Gonzalez for a little bit. Gabriel Ponce, very good outing there. Quinones and Townsend for the finish. So looking at our lineups here, Yorman Gonzalez, he's having a solid season. Ryan Sloniger producing well in a backup role. Scotty Bradley, just again, lots of offense in a backup role. Nick Gonzalez has a day-to-day injury. He's got an okay line, but if you look at his OPS plus, it's only 93. Angel Camacho is hitting really well, again, in a backup role. He's got 8 home runs in just 21 games. Miguel Giraldo, a little bit below average, and Leonardo Jimenez definitely below average. Adrian Ramos is doing okay, and he's a backup. Or no, he's playing left field every day. On the mound, we've got Kloffenstein. Kloffenstein is doing okay, but you can see he's taken a real hit here in his potential ratings as we've scouted him. So it looks like he's really not going to do all that much. Eric Pardinho, he still has that shine on him in terms of the potential, but again, he's having a rough season. If we go to his pitching stats, we can sort of game log. Actually, we'll just go back to his profile, because we can see here his last outing solid, but he walked 4 guys. He hasn't given up too many runs in his last couple outings, but he has walked a lot. Oops. Gabriel Ponce, solid. Like he's the one guy who I would say is gunning for a promotion along with Antonio Saldana. Both of these guys are definitely promotion worthy. We're running out of guys. I mean, we have 12 players on this mound. We've got a few pitchers injured. Joel Concepcion is going to be back soon, though. Townsend, Felipe Castaneda is a good ERA, but too many walks. Andrew McInvale, good strikeout to walk ratio, but ERA is not great. So that's the Lansing Lugnuts. Vancouver, we're going to go to the schedule here. 2 wins, 2 losses in this chunk, and 2 wins and a loss in the last chunk. So this looks like they're actually doing pretty well. Overall, they've got, despite a 4-7 record, so they had a rough first week. And then they've kind of turned it on a little bit since then. In their 11 games, we have Grant Holman has 1 hit and 8 at-bats, but he's also pitching. Catching-wise, Francisco Ruiz, not a lot going on here. Bobby Seymour, however, is doing pretty well. He's got a home run. Team leader in home runs is here, Orelvis Martinez, who has a lot of home runs, but he needs to just bring his batting average up and his on-base percentage up. Tony Bullard is having a rough start to his professional career. Jose Rivas is doing really, really well. In 11 games, started all 11, playing second base. So Jose Rivas doing really nicely. Josiah Miller struggling a little bit at the new level. Desan Brown also struggling a bit. Grant Richardson struggling. And Nick Neal struggling. So that's, we got like 2 or 3 guys hitting well and everybody else is struggling. Austin Becker, we're waiting for a diagnosis, and I think the AI will throw him on the injured list if necessary. He was a 17th round pick this year. Keyshawn Askew Nice strikeout to walk ratio early on. Kendall Williams, he hasn't allowed a run in 2 starts. Ethan Smith, very, very nice stuff here. 1 run in 10 1/3 innings, 5 walks, 14 strikeouts. So that's really nice to see. He was our 5th round pick last year. Jack Perkins, he was our 3rd round pick this year, and he's off to a nice start. Decent, especially when they're just getting their feet under them in professional baseball. Some of these guys haven't really improved, so we're actually going to see if we can promote anybody. Winder Garcia has actually, this is his 2nd year at the level. I'm going to promote him to Lansing. They need some arms. Lazaro Estrada as well. It's his 2nd year, and Lansing needs some arms. All right, and that'll clear out a little bit of the logjam here. We've got a ton of pitchers. So hopefully this is going to get some guys a little bit more work. Connor Sintala, he's done okay. Grant Holman has not. Brandon Knarr has done okay in just a little bit of work. He's been in 2 games, 5 strikeouts in 3 innings. Chris Rivera, 3 outings. He's got 2 saves, 3 strikeouts in 3 innings, 1 hit allowed. So that's really nice. He's been around a while. I'm going to move him up to Lansing because, again, Lansing needs arms. All right. And we're just going to go up to Lansing. There they are. And now they've got 15 pitchers. That is going to be nice. Okay, and let's look at the lineups for Vancouver. We already did that, so we're going to move down to Bluefield. Bluefield, they've got 2 wins, 2 losses in that stretch, and 2 wins to start the season. So they're off to a nice 4-2 start. Let's take a look at how the guys have done. So we have here Ben Hernandez with 2 starts and really, really nice work. 2 walks, 16 strikeouts. He had a very rough season last year in his pro debut coming out of high school. 9.66 ERA, a lot of walks, but he seems to have really turned things around, at least in the early going in Bluefield. Alexander Ayala, more walks and strikeouts in the early going. Brian Mejia, more walks and strikeouts. 12 strikeouts to just 0 walks in 5 innings for Zachary Murray. That is outstanding. Now, he is repeating the level, but he's only 19. Randy Abshire, not bad. And again, we have a ton of guys here, so we're going to have to let things play out. Hopefully, things will shake out in the next few weeks, and we can either move people up or let some people go. Hitting-wise, we've got 18. Jean-Christophe Masson, solid start, but really Brandon Fields has a good start. Jack Burden in a limited role has a good start. Steven Rivas, a good start for him in a limited... Oh, he's playing every day, 28 at-bats. Tommy Troy with 28 at-bats, he's doing very poorly. Trey Harmon also doing poorly, and Lucas Cook is doing quite well. And Jose Ferrer is our catcher of record. And we slide down to the Gulf Coast League Blue Jays. And how have they done? 2 wins there, 1 and 2 there, so they're 5-5 overall. Pitching, again, a ton of guys, 22 guys here. Keegan Allen, I think he was one of our draft picks this year. He was our 9th round pick. We wanted him because he's got the 3 pitches. We wanted him to not be in the bullpen. And he's struck out 10, walked 4, not given up a run in 13 1/3 innings. Camden Minacci's not done well. Philip Abner's not done well. Abner is 19. He is our 5th round draft pick. Liam Norris has done well. He is repeating the year, repeating the level. And he has got a day-to-day calf strain, but he's doing pretty well. 11 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 10 innings. So that's what we wanted to see. Last year, he walked a ton of guys. And looking down, anything jumping out at me, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts for Max Carlson. So that's really nice to see. He is a first-year guy. So if he keeps doing this, we're going to promote him pretty quickly. Anything else jumping out? 1 walk, 5 strikeouts in 2 innings for Alcindo Pontes. 3 walks, 7 strikeouts for Roddy Sanchez. And 12 strikeouts in just 9 1/3 innings for Cole Wagner. That's really nice to see. And he is a high school draftee. So that's really nice. He's also a hitter, and I think we may have him playing two ways. Lineups. We have Gary David. He's doing okay. Joseph Califat. He's struggling a little bit. Brandon Smith, not doing well at all. Gavin Casas, he's doing okay. 91 OPS plus. Riquelvin de Castro, not doing well here. We've also got Esteban Machado, where he might be on the injured list. Yeah, he is. So he's got a few days left on the injured list. Machado, off to a great start. 485, 571. He's got 2 home runs, 758 slugging percentage. Hagen Smith, I think, was our number 1 pick. He is on the injured list for 3-4 weeks. He was roughed up, but I think that injury probably didn't help. In the outfield, we have Alfredo Chacon. Chacon, of course, was our $5 million man last year from the international free agency pool. He's got 3 home runs, and that's leading the team. So he's really coming into his power as well early on in his second year at the age of 17. So he's really doing a lot. Robbie Ashford's a little bit above average. Drake Varnado is a little bit below average. But that's it for the hitters, and we've checked out the pitchers already. And now we'll just take a look at the Dominican Summer League guys. Again, not a lot of guys here that are really prospects. There's some guys who are repeating the level. I'm not seeing too much that really jumps out. Kelvin Perez, he's interesting, but he's also 20. Danny Tocornal. He's not doing badly. And offensively, Luis Bouillon is not doing great. Omar Gutierrez doing a little better. Here we've got Leafar Yege, and he's playing in a part-time role, but doing well. Angel de Rosario, not doing well. Rainer Nunez, he's doing okay. Robert Robertis is a little bit above average. Scott Agar, doing very poorly. Starling Beltre is doing very well. He is the guy who is probably doing the best. And I'm just going to leave him here a little longer. And that is it for this summary around the league. This is going to be all for our episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. And follow me on Twitter at JaysFromAway. And thanks for joining in to the General Manager Games channel on YouTube. Thanks very much. Have a great day, everybody.